Welcome all the viewers to my class today. We are solving problems on the formula S equals to R theta. So in the last class we have solved so many problems. Now in today's class we have to do the rest of the problems. Let us start.
The statement is, if the arcs of the same length in two circles subtends angles 65 degree and 110 degree at the center, and the ratio of the radii.
Here there are two circles.
Arcs of the same length subtend 65 degree and 110 degree.
Say arc of length AC units, this subtends angle 65 degree here, and here in this circle, in the smaller circle, the angle, the arc length is same and angle is 110 degree. You have to find the ratio of the radii. Say radius, length of radius of this circle is R1 and this circle is R2. Okay. Now let radii of the two circles R of length R1 unit and R2 units respectively. Let length of the arc in the two circles are each of length S units. Now central angle in the first circle this is 65 degree. You have to shift to its radian measure. So 65 into pi by 180 radian. Cancel this with 5. 5 13 5 36. So you ultimately get 13 pi by 36 radian. Similarly, central angle in the second circle this will be 110. So 110 into pi by 180 radian, 0 cancel, you get 11 pi by 80 radian. Now for the first circle we have S equals to R1 into first angle is 13 pi by 36 units. And for the second circle, S equals to R2 into angle is 11 pi by 80 units. As both are equal to S, so they are equal. So we can write R1 into 13 pi by 36 equals to R2 into 11 pi by 80. So this gives R1 by R2 equals to 11 pi by 18 into 22 is to 30.
So the ratio of the radii is 22 is to 30. Okay. Next question. Find the diameter of the sun in kilometer. Supposing that it subtends an angle of 32 minutes at the eye of an observer, given the distance of the sun is 91 into 10 to the power 6 kilometers.
Suppose this is our sun. This is the position of eye. We consider this arc as diameter. -32 minutes. This angle is 32 minutes, and distance of the sun from the observer is 91 into 10 to the power 6. 91 into 10 to the power 6 kilometers. So look, here you are given r, you are given theta, you are asked to find s. So here theta is 32 minutes, so 32 by 60 degree, then 32 by 60 into pi by 180 radian. 4 8s are 4, 45s are 4 2s are 4 15s are. So you get 2 pi point the sharp 67. 2 pi by 675 radian. Your r is 91 into 10 to the power 6 kilometer. So your s will be r theta, that is 91 into 10 to the power 6 into your theta is 2 pi by 675 this kilometer. Now put 91 into 10 to the power 6, 675 into 2 into 22 by 7 kilometer, taking pi equals to 22 by 7, and this leads to the answer 847407. 847407 decimal 4 kilometers. This is the arc length here that we consider as the diameter of the sun. Diameter of the sun will be this kilometer. As sun is in a large distance, so that diameter can be considered as arc here. Okay. So this is roughly the length of diameter of the sun calculated in this problem. Next question. If the angular diameter of the moon is 30 minutes, how far from the eye a coin of diameter is to be kept to hide the moon? This can be given to you as homework. Suppose this is moon. This is position of the observer. Here the coin is to be kept. Angular diameter is 30 minutes. This is 30 minutes. How far from the eye a coin diameter 2.2 centimeter. This arc length, this will be taken as 2.2 centimeter. and you are asked to find this R. Look here, AC is 2.2 centimeter, theta is 30 by 60 into pi by 1 radian, and you are asked to find R. Okay. Your R will be 2.52 meter. Your answer will be 2.52 meter. That you have to do at your own.
Next question. The moon's distance from the earth is 36 into 10 to the power 4 kilometer and its diameter subtends an angle 31 minute at the eye of the observer. Find the diameter of the moon.
Same problem as the case of sun. This is also will be given to you as your homework. This is your moon. Here is observer. (31 minutes). This angle is 31 minutes. Diameter of the moon is asked here. This arc, this will be considered as diameter of the moon, which is s kilometers. And the distance of the moon from the earth, that is from the observer, is 36 into 10 to the power 4 kilometer. Now you have to find this diameter. Okay, your answer will be 3247.62 kilometer if you take pi as 22 by 7, and if you take pi 3.14, then your answer will be 3244.67 kilometer when you take pi as 3.14.
Next, let us start the second section, trigonometric ratio.
Trigonometric ratios.
In this section,
We have to remember these three lines to remember the definition of the ratios. Okay, you have to remember these three lines. Some people have curly brown hair, turn permanently black. These three lines we have to keep in our mind to recall the definition of the trigonometric ratios. We have 6 trigonometric ratios. And they are number 1, sine, but we are actually write this sin, but pronounce it as sine. Number 2, cosine, cosine, we actually write it as cos, cos. Number 3, tangent, we are actually write it as tan, tan. Number 4, cosecant, we are actually write it as cosec, cosec. Next, secant, we are actually write it as sec, sec. sixth one is cotangent. We are actually writing it as COT, cot. These are the full forms and these are the abbreviated form that we are writing on our paper. These 6 ratios that we have to remember. Look, these sine and cosec, they are reciprocal of each other. This cos and sec, they are reciprocal of each other. This tangent and cotangent, they are reciprocal of each other. I am raising this, just keeping these 3 lines because this is important for defining the ratios. Suppose we have a right triangle ABC, right angle at B. Now we know from our childhood that the side opposite to the right angle is called the hypotenuse. So here AC is our hypotenuse. Now these 2 sides AB and BC, when we consider angle ACB as the angle, that is we are finding trigonometric ratios of the angle ACB, then the side opposite to it, this will be considered as perpendicular. When we consider this angle, that is we are going to find trigonometric ratios of this angle, then the side opposite to this, that is side BC, will be considered as perpendicular. So this is our convention, right? The side opposite to the angle concerned is considered as perpendicular and the side adjacent to it will be considered as base. This is base, this is perpendicular. What I have written? The side opposite to the angle concerned is considered as perpendicular and the side opposite and the side adjacent to it will be considered as base. Now, if we consider angle ACB as our concerned angle, then 2 sides are adjacent to the angle. One is BC, one is AC. Now, as AC is always our hypotenuse, so there is no confusion. So, the BC will be base in that case. But if we consider as BAC as our angle concerned, then BC will be perpendicular and AB will be hypotenuse. Let us write it separately. When angle ACB is our concerned angle, then AB is our perpendicular and BC is our base. And when angle BAC is our concerned angle, then BC is our perpendicular Okay, clear? Now I am writing the trigonometric ratio. Sine ACB, read as sine of angle ACB. This will be equals to, look at the first line. Some people have. Here S stands for sine. S stands for sine. P stands for perpendicular. And H stands for hypotenuse. Okay. So when I am writing sine of ACB, then this will be P by H. P by H. What is P with respect to angle ACB? P is AB. We have written before. And what is our hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is always AC. So sine of ACB will be AB by AC. Again I am recalling. We have the first line, some people have. Here S stands for sine, P stands for perpendicular, H stands for hypotenuse. Now I am going to write sine of the angle ACB. What is sine of the angle ACB? Sine of the angle ACB will be P by H. P by H. P stands for perpendicular. Now the side opposite to the angle ACB, that is AB is our perpendicular here, and AC is always hypotenuse. So our P by H will be AB by AC. That is sine of ACB is AB by AC. Next, cos of angle ACB. Read as similarly cosine of angle ACB. Now read the second line. Curly brown hair. C stands for cos, B stands for base, here H stands for hypotenuse. So what will be cos of angle ACB? This will be B by H. B by H. What is B? What is base? With respect to angle ACB, base is BC and hypotenuse is AC. So cos angle ACB will be BC by AC. Okay. We have got cos, cosine of angle ACB. Next, tan angle ACB. Will be read as tangent of angle ACB. Okay, tan angle ACB. Look at the third line. Turn permanently black. T stands for tan. P stands for perpendicular. Black. B stands for base. So your tan will be P by B. What is P with respect to this? P is AB. What is B? B is BC. This is perpendicular, this is base. So you have to write AB by BC. So we know the first three ratios of the angle ACB. Next, we have to go to the next three ratios. When I have written the 6 ratios, then I have mentioned that sine and cosecant of some angle, they are reciprocal of each other. Cosine and secant of some angle, they are reciprocal of each other, and tangent and cotangent of some angle, they are also reciprocal of each other. So when I am writing cosecant, that is cosec angle ACB, this will be reciprocal of its sine. So we can write 1 by sine angle ACB. 1 by, we have already written sine angle ACB is AB by AC, so this will be 1 by AB by AC. So ultimately becomes AC by AB. Similarly, sec angle ACB. What is sec angle ACB? Secant is secant and cosine, they are reciprocal of each other. So sec angle ACB, this will be 1 by cos angle ACB. 1 by cos angle ACB will be BC by AC. So this ultimately becomes AC by BC. Next, cotangent. Cot angle
angle ACB. Cotangent and tangent are reciprocal of each other. So cot angle ACB, this will be 1 by tan angle ACB. 1 by tan angle ACB was AB by BC. So this ultimately becomes BC by AB. These are ratios of all the 6 ratios with respect to the angle ACB. Next, I am writing ratios with respect to the angle BAC. Sine angle BAC. When angle BAC is concerned, then your perpendicular will be BC because opposite side is BC and base will be AB. AC is always hypotenuse. So sine angle BAC, sine is P by H. So this will be BC by AC. Next, cos angle BAC. Curly brown here. This will be B by H. Here B is base is AB. AB by AC. Next, tan angle BAC. Turn permanently black. That is perpendicular by base. With respect to this angle, this is perpendicular, this is base. So this will be BC by AB. Next, cosec. Cosec angle BAC. This is reciprocal of sine. So 1 by sine angle BAC. This will be AC by BC. Similarly, sec angle BAC. This is reciprocal of cosine. So cos angle BAC. What is cos? Cos was AB by AC. So this will be AC by AB. Next, cot angle BAC. This will be 1 by tan angle BAC. This will be AB by BC. So we have learned all the 6 trigonometric ratios, and to remember these definitions we have to remember these 3 lines. Some people have curly brown hair, turn permanently black. Okay. Now, let us notice the fact we have sine angle ACB, that was AB by AC. We have cos angle ACB, that was BC by AC. We have tan angle ACB, that was AB by BC. Now, sine angle ACB by cos angle ACB, what it becomes? AB by AC by BC by AC. This becomes AB by AC into AC by BC. AC AC cancelled, so this becomes AB by BC. Look, this is tan angle AC. So we get a result, that is ratio of the sine and cosine of some angle is the tangent of the angle.
is the result. Now, as cotangent is reciprocal of tangent, so in case of ratio of cosine and sine of some angle, that will be cotangent of the angle. Okay. So, for any real theta, we can write following results. For any real number theta, we have the following results. Sin theta into cosec theta equals to 1. Why? Because they are reciprocal of each other. Cos theta into sec theta equals to 1. They are also reciprocal of each other. Tan theta into cot theta equals to 1. They are also reciprocal of each other. Again, sin theta by cos theta equals to tan theta, and cos theta by sin theta equals to cot theta. These 5 results that we have learned here, and that we have to remember to solve many problems. Let us end today's class here. In our next class, it will be better to solve problems in our next class. Okay? So, till we meet in our next class, goodbye, bye bye.